There is no place for grief in a house which serves the muse. There you are. I've been waiting for you. Imagine your name being shelf-worthy, defining your medium, a style, even an era. Maybe mine will end up someplace, probably on a binder at my accountant's. It's tricky, that finicky thing. If you don't get it just right, and it's nothing but white noise and blur, sort of like chasing the spark of an idea. If it doesn't snap into view, it's either nothing at all, or so out of focus it's simpler to abandon it and do something else. That's a favorite. Breakthrough at the shore. Such drama. Such turmoil. There's something about bodies of water, whether it's the vast ocean or a backyard pond, it's mysterious and unpredictable. Maybe that's why there are so many damn rules. Did you know? Oh! Is it locked? Just when you think you've found your way out. I'd commend you, but then there aren't that many options. Still, you wouldn't believe how many guest emus. Muse. Interesting word. Is it a noun, a verb, maybe a band eventually? Regardless, thank you for writing it. It brought me here, and besides, is there anything worse in this world than a blank page? So much promise and potential, yes, but so much pressure. Sometimes so much possibility can be paralyzing. Anyway, you may be wondering where you are and who I am. I'll help as much as I can. You see, I've spent a lot of time here, more than I should probably. And when I'm so inclined or properly inspired, I can be pretty prodigious. Of course, if I'm not in the mood, I'm not very motivated or helpful at all. But if we're both lucky, you've caught me on a good day. Well, now that I'm here, I could use a drink. Or maybe a smoke. Where do we think the good stuff is stashed? Maybe in that credenza. Things seem so simple, plotted out like this, don't they? When the distance from where you are to where you aspire to be is only an inch. They say that art is a way of looking. Oh, this one's not half bad. A little derivative, sure, but it has vision. Caves have always been a source of inspiration. Why, early man made his first works of art in caves not unlike these. But, oof, this seems to be where the light of inspiration fizzled out, imploded. A gap-toothed smile, a six-pack with one dead soldier. Some people are afraid of the water. So many memories. This little rowboat. What a companion it's been. Just me and this skiff. Only a sketch pad and a scrap of charcoal to share our voyage. The reflections on the water could provide hours and hours of material. Most people don't understand reflections, how the ripples can transform the simplest subjects. A challenge, but so rewarding. But then, you know all about that. Sunsets are so fleeting. Well then, you've done what I could. Bring things clearly into view. Good heavens, how many sunsets must I have observed from this very spot? Innumerable. A lifetime of sunsets. Each one. Watch your step. The first time I saw this cabin, well, you wouldn't recognize it. Total disrepair. But I could see what it could be. Potential. It was everywhere in those days. I fell in love with potential everywhere I looked. And now, well, at least there's one project around here you could call finished. The summer, I can't put my finger on it exactly, but I just don't feel at home here anymore. The place I knew so well feels so unfamiliar. A beloved song, overheard from the other room, distorted through the walls. Call me old-fashioned. I know these things have fallen out of favor, but I have a soft spot for them. You always know where you stand with a record. Drop the needle on side A, start to finish. I've flipped to side B and then straight on until the last crackle. A smooth journey from beginning to end. That knocked something loose. Something in me, too. Nothing like a familiar tune. Oh, huh. I remember these. I must have sketched them last season. When you're grasping for some encouragement to keep going, everything starts to look like a sign. Funny, I haven't seen one of these in, well, I don't know how long. A real oil lamp. It's probably all dried up, sputtered out. I know the feeling. How's that for a light bulb moment? Gosh, what relief. There's nothing better than a beacon, a little light in the darkness. A signal you're on the right track, that you're not up the creek without a... Whoa. You know the phrase. I'd give anything for a little assurance like that. Scenes from a happier time, I suppose. Ever since I took these I've just felt like something's missing. Somebody's not getting very far with only one oar. That's the quickest way to spin in circles, if you ask me. The harder you paddle, the more no place you get. Still, all that struggling gives you something to do. Or. Such a little word. Such a threatening one. Me, I never know which way to go. Too many choices, too many decisions to make. It's like writing a piece of music. Every note in existence is up there in your head, swimming around, and you have to snatch down the next right one. Who can ever choose? Who can ever choose? Funny things, those Karens. These unassuming little pebbles can mean so much. You'd almost miss them if you weren't paying attention. But when dark starts to set in, and you're lost. If I hadn't been a painter, maybe I'd have been a composer. As it is, I never learned much past scales. But still, I think the simplest melodies can be the most beautiful. Hearing this again has got me so inspired. I almost feel transported. Back in the studio, at last. Thank you for finding your way here, and helping me find mine. It's funny, I've spent so many hours here without you, just wondering when inspiration would strike again, doubting it would come for me at all. And now, it's you who's here without me. To my muse, when first I couldn't find you, I returned to the places you'd always been. I tried all the usual tricks, retraced my steps. I made it my work to scour every corner, overturned each stone, squinted into darkness until my eyesight failed, painted shadow over shadow till my canvases sagged with the weight. Without inspiration, I substituted repetition, and my Eden became my purgatory. Where were you then? It hardly matters now. A record scratch, familiar tune, something shook me loose. Almost outside myself, I broke all my old rules, burned down the scaffolding I'd used to build myself up. What was left there in the ashes? You. Any trail guide could have told me the only way out is through. I'll leave no forwarding address, but I harbor no hard feelings. You won't find me in the usual places. I'm not looking for you. I'm looking for me. Sincerely, Donovan.